Inflation has been the number one concern for the Fed as they're making their decision on whether or not they should continue to drop interest rates. And the last Fed meeting, we saw that they talked about they're kind of going to be a little more hawkish, just very wary of doing more drops. They've already dropped it a handful of times, but they are concerned about unemployment. And the information out there about unemployment is still looking really bad. We just got some information from the Fed about October quits rate, which is essentially the amount of people that are quitting in the market, and that's down to about 2% now, which is the lowest it's been in a number of years. And not only that, but in terms of households with multiple jobs, that number is continuing to go up. There's a lot of other things out there that are just starting to show real signs that unemployment looks bad. But there's a blockchain-based company called Truflation that uses 80 million data points with 60 plus sources to try and more accurately look at what true inflation is. And their latest data is showing that inflation is coming down at a rapid pace. In fact, it's even as low as 1.99% possibly, which is below the Fed's target. But we have to still hold these things loosely, right? Because even though that's the case with a third party, this still isn't the Fed and the actual government research. As you probably recall, the last data points we got were just very bare, mostly related, they're at least claiming, to the government shutdown. Now, is that the actual case for sure? We don't know. But it will be very interesting to see here at the end of January what the Fed does do and what the data shows. And if it is true that inflation is coming down that significantly, that fast, you can bet your bottom dollar that they are going to start dropping those interest rates more and more and more. So stay tuned. We'll just have to see how it all pans out, and I'll keep you updated as we go.